Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about everything that is unrealistic in Emergency Hamburg. Now I'm making this video just to see what your guys' opinions are on all of these things, but also maybe so we can get some feedback from the developers, I don't know. Or maybe the developers might use this video to get some ideas on how to improve the game. I'm taking everything I'm saying in this video from my own opinions from playing the game, and also from what I've heard from other players. So without further ado, make sure you click the subscribe button. I'm just going to gas up here, and let's get started with the first thing. Obviously, fuel price, bro. I just paid 800 euros basically for a full tank. 800 euros. The economy in this game is insane, bro. Like, for me, like, I don't know, like, why is it 3 euros 69 for the, like, it's not realistic. Whereas they have all the prices of vehicles realistic set. It doesn't make much sense. It's not very realistic how that, like, every vehicle is priced like they are in real life, but then for other things like an energy drink or a cookie, everything's so inflated. So like, if we go in the dealership, like, I don't know, like this car right here, the Bentley, 730 euros, that is realistic. I mean, 1 million euros for a Bugatti is not realistic, but it's still quite high. And I just think that's quite unrealistic. Obviously, it doesn't really affect roleplay, but it does affect quality of life. If you think about it, if everything in the game is expensive, it's not the easiest to make money in this game either. It's kind of just annoying for the players. But then again, I kind of do understand it, just because of, you know, it has to be kind of hard to buy things, doesn't it? Otherwise, everyone would be able to get everything. There'd be no point in playing the game. So yeah, I do think they should play around with the pricing of things a little bit, just because it is a bit annoying. I just think that. But yeah, I mean, at the moment I have 332,000 euros, which is pretty decent, but that could get rinsed very quickly if I was buying guns all the time. Because, like, you know, guns are expensive as well, so hopefully we can get the price of guns lowered and just everything a bit balanced. I think that would be a great addition. But moving on, this is probably one of the biggest things realism-wise for me, and it has got to be, are you ready for this? How many of you guys are just driving down and you accidentally smash into one of these signs? Bro, they are the most annoying, unrealistic things I've ever seen in my life. And now you're probably thinking, well, Cam, it would be unrealistic if you could drive through them. And whilst that would be a good option, you know, the ability to drive straight through signs and things like that, that would be a great option. I do think maybe this is a better option than being able to drive through. I would really appreciate if they did do it so that you could just drive straight through, but I don't think they will. So, the next option that they could, you know, go to would be making it so when you hit a sign, it either doesn't damage your vehicle a crazy amount, because I've only hit like one sign and I'm almost dead basically, or they make it so when you hit a sign, it gets knocked over. It doesn't cause you any damage, well, maybe a little bit of damage, but nothing crazy. Yeah, it knocks the sign over, and then yeah, that's about it. Then it could, like, bro, I was turning right and I've just smashed into that, right? My car is almost finished. I don't know how it's still driving. But yeah, it's probably one of the most annoying things in the game, the signs. I don't know how I'm still driving with no health, I'm not gonna lie, but anyway, let's get this repaired. Yeah, I really hope they find it in them to fix this, because I really don't like how you can crash into signs. And the other thing is, if you're traveling at like max speed and you smash into a sign, you just stop instantly. I think there is like a little bug where you can jump out of your vehicle like that just before hitting something, and it doesn't do damage to your car, which is good. Again, something quite unrealistic, but anyway. Yeah, I think they could keep traffic lights so that you can hit them. Like, I don't know, I think it would be bad if you could drive through them, but I don't know, it's kind of annoying how they are so strong. Like, why don't they get knocked over, at least? Like, maybe you get fined for hitting it or something. I feel like that'd be way better than having to, like, oh, it's so annoying that you have to drive all the way to ADAC if you damage your vehicle by the prison or something. Like, that's just one of the most annoying things. But anyway, moving on swiftly to the next one, which is road markings. Now, these road markings are quite realistic, and to the average person it would be good. But I'm pretty sure these zebra crossings are not realistic. Now, obviously, I don't live in Germany, so I don't know what roundabouts are like, but I've never seen a zebra crossing on a roundabout because if you guys drive, like me personally, I do drive in the UK. What happens is, because we're in Germany, it would be going around this way, anti-clockwise. What you do is you pull out and you drive, and then you leave a roundabout like at your exit and get off. Now, if there was a zebra crossing at the exit and you're crossing, or a human is crossing the road, sure, you'd be able to stop right here. Like, obviously, if you're approaching a roundabout, you'd stop, let them pass. But if you're going around the roundabout, you cannot, now, I don't know how it works in Germany, but you cannot just stop in the middle of the road like this, in the middle of the roundabout, because that's not how it works. You have to keep moving. So I don't know if that is a thing in Germany. Let me know in the comments, but it doesn't make much sense. It makes sense to stop here. It does make sense and let them through, but it doesn't make sense if you're on a roundabout to stop. Because if you stop, you're blocking traffic, which means it's getting a backlog of traffic on. I don't know. I think it's unrealistic. But then there's another zebra crossing right here. So I don't know. It doesn't make the most sense to me, but there we go. Yeah, okay. Next up, with road markings. I mean, I think that road markings, apart from that, are pretty realistic. I think they are pretty realistic. Like I said, I don't live in Germany, so I don't know if these are accurate. I know in the UK, it wouldn't look like this. It just wouldn't. So that's probably what I'm basing it off of. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty much on point, apart from that. Like in England, for example, you wouldn't have like such a thick, you know, line of paint. But yeah, that is road markings for you. Anyway, moving on. Now this is on the police team, and I mean, I guess you could argue that it is realistic, but it also isn't realistic. Something that ruins roleplay a lot is how police officers can hold the criminal in cuffs, right? But they can hold them there forever, okay? Now in real life, you could probably hold someone forever. Realistically, you probably could for their whole life. That's not very legal though. So the fact that you can hold someone forever and they can't reset or leave without being sent straight to prison is kind of unrealistic. That you can't just go ahead and, like, there should be a time limit. You know what I'm saying? There should be a time limit to how long you can hold someone in cuffs. I just think it's kind of annoying when you're a criminal, you get arrested, you're stuck in cuffs. It's very unrealistic. It's not good for roleplay, especially as Emergency Hamburg advertises themselves as a roleplay game. It is not very roleplay, if that makes sense. It's just not what roleplay games should really have, in my opinion. So yeah, definitely on the unrealistic side, if you ask me, the fact that you can hold someone in cuffs forever. And with that, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Quite a short one to usual, but I couldn't really think of any other things that are unrealistic. Emergency Hamburg does a great job at being realistic. I have to give it to them. They do a great job. So I'm excited to see what more comes to the game, and hopefully we can get some of those things that I mentioned fixed. They're not the biggest issue in the world, to be honest. It was very difficult to think of things that aren't realistic. They do a great job. If you do know any other things that aren't realistic, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.